NYYST. This is New York. Yankee sports talk. Swinging for the fences, knock it out the park. This is New York. Yankee sports talk. Christian and Chris, of course SGR. This is New York. Yankee sports talk, homie, New York. Yankee sports talk. Record, rain or shine, grab your shades and umbrellas. NYYST, you're hanging with the fellas.
Welcome back. This is episode 293 of the NYYST podcast. We're live on NYYNewsTV. I'm your host, Christian, and welcome back, my co-host, Chris. What's up, bro?
What up?
It's been a while.
I missed you, man.
No, you didn't.
No, I didn't, because I saw you, didn't I?
No. When
we didn't see each other?
When would we have seen each other? We've both been away the last couple weeks.
That's the each other. Each other. It's so difficult for you to say each other. Each other.
I don't need to speak proper English to you. You're beneath that.
Oh, I'm beneath you?
Yeah. If I was speaking to somebody with equal of an education, I would enunciate words better.
That's nice. So we both had a nice vacation, right, with our families.
That's true.
You had a nice vacation. I went down to Florida. Had a couple drinks with my boy Ronnie. Ronnie D, I call him.
Oh yeah? Ronnie gave you the day. Huh?
Ronnie gave me the day, okay? And I got to miss once again. Both of my vacations landed on some of the worst Yankee baseball imaginable. Because the first trip I took to Disney was in April. And that's when they went through that really bad stretch. I think they lost who'd they lose to? Detroit, maybe?
It was the Orioles.
It was the Orioles, and then they came back, I guess, against Detroit. I don't know. They were just playing shit baseball. And when I got home, they played Cleveland. They turned it all around. And then I was away, and they played like shit again. So maybe it's me. Yeah,
but it's better when you're not here. So you can leave again if you want to.
No, man. I'm back now. They won last night. And another big one tonight.
You know, that was a big hit by Josh Donaldson because it was what, second and third, one out, because it was. I'm sorry, my dog.
Well, he had a few big hits last night.
The dog was just like breathing like super weird, so I had to check on him. Anyway, no, because they had second, third, nobody out. And I think didn't Torres strike out?
Yeah, it was a pretty bad strikeout too.
And then Donaldson, he fell down in the count, right? If I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
And then he came up with that hit because a couple times in that Cardinals series when they got swept, they had chances to score and they didn't. They ended up grounding into double plays, and you just kind of figured at that point that was a big momentum shift. I forget. I think it was. I didn't see the game Saturday because I was down the shore, but if I watched the game Friday night, I believe the Yankees had a lot of opportunities to really add on that game. They didn't, and then they ended up blowing it in the eighth inning.
Who held them up that game?
What do you mean?
On Saturday night. You said you missed it. I don't know if you caught the box score. What pitcher?
Yeah, I know who pitched that game.
Was it?
You hate him though, so now because I'm just gonna.
I never got to say my piece about the whole trade deadline.
I'm just gonna. Well, it's too bad now. That's what you get for missing trade deadline shows.
Wow.
I'm just gonna preface this. Chris is gonna be like, "Oh, Jordan Montgomery should have never been traded."
Bro,
but meanwhile, everybody that's listened to the show for the last 5 years knows how much Chris hates Jordan Montgomery.
You know what? You're fake news. Okay, fake news.
Okay, don't raid my house. Okay.
Okay. They're listening.
No shit. When I went there, when I was down the shore, we were down there with my neighbors, and because I'm changing aspects of my diet as I prepare to run this 5K with your wife in November, and he told me about these protein chips, and then within 10 minutes, I had an email from Amazon advertising for me to buy these protein chips.
Yeah, was he texting you?
No, this was verbally on the beach.
Okay, maybe you guys were sharing like a ping.
No, it's Big Brother. It's Big Brother.
Yeah. Listen. We could have a whole podcast about that if you want.
Conspiracy.
Conspiracy pod. Let's just I feel like I need a platform to speak my mind about the deadline. And I know we're past it, but I gotta say it. Brian Cashman is the most incompetent general manager in the game right now. I said it. Because anyone who's going, yeah, but he got some good pitchers. Were they the best? Were they the best ones out there? Are you fucking kidding me? We didn't get Castillo. Are you fucking kidding me? We got rid of Jordan Montgomery, the greatest 4 or 5 guy in a rotation in the history of fucking baseball at this point. The most reliable fucking guy in your rotation. You know what I read? I read that it didn't matter about the Lopez deal. Cashman knew that fucking deal fell apart before the Monty shit. He went ahead and did it anyway.
Fake news.
I'm telling you right now, man, everyone could hate me for this. And I swear to God, I'll say it a million times. I want to be wrong. I'm not saying Cashman. Hold on. Let's just say one thing. I'm not saying Cashman got bad players. I'm not saying Cashman. Well, before the Monty trade, I would have said the team definitely got better. But now questioning it, to be honest. But I'm not complaining about the players themselves. I think Montas is a great pickup. I think Benintendi fits really well in this lineup. You've been talking about him for months. Awesome job. But when you look at the big picture, man, this is fucking it. This is it. You have to come out of this and say, you have to come out of this deadline and say, wow, I feel like a fucking World Series team, man. And right now, I feel like I'm getting shit on. I really do as a fan. Because I'm not saying this team isn't good. And I'm not saying they're incapable. But we came out of this deadline once again making excuses for Brian Cashman. Once again, like, come on, guys.
Cashman.
Guys, he made all these deals and didn't only gave away one top 15 prospect. I don't give a fuck. What did we say had to happen this deadline? What did Brian Cashman have to feel this deadline to know he did a good job?
The same thing I feel every day when I see
and the one bit of pain that he felt was a fucking moronic move to get rid of Jordan Montgomery for a guy who can't even walk.
I don't think that was painful for him. That's why I did it.
Yeah, right. You know what? You're right. I'm wrong. Because he doesn't give a fuck. It made sense to him because he was a rental.
Who?
Right? Isn't Jordan Montgomery pretty much done? Isn't his contract up?
No, he has a year of control just like Harrison Bader has a year of control left.
What a fucking terrible. You want to talk about fucking terrible moves? And this will be the last thing I'll say because we have much more to talk about. The last thing I'll say is this will be the icing on the cake. Everything I'm saying right now can be debated, but when this happens, it can't be debated anymore. And this is the moment. When Bader is back, if and when he's back, I promise you, listen to me. I want your full attention here.
No.
This is very important. I promise you, when Bader is back and healthy, he will still find a way to play Aaron Hicks almost every fucking day. Almost every day. And that's going to be the icing on the cake. Because the only good thing you can say out of this whole thing is that at least Monty going and getting Bader spells the end of having to see Aaron Hicks with his dreadful fucking at-bats in every single game. And if that doesn't happen, Brian Cashman could go literally jump off the fucking George Washington Bridge.
No, I think Harrison Bader is going to get a lot of playing time, if not.
Hold on. I didn't say he wouldn't. I said they would still find a way to put Aaron Hicks in the lineup almost every game.
No, I don't think so. Well,
Okay.
yeah,
Okay. No. You want to know why? Because your head is still, you act like it's out and like you know how bad this organization is, but still you have that hope. You have
no, but like I just went over this for 2 hours last week.
That they're actually smarter than they are.
We went over this for 2 hours last week. So thank you for joining the rest of us now. Okay. Yeah, you're probably right in the sense that if Bader does come back in September, like they're saying, then yes, Hicks will probably still be in the lineup almost every day because they will rotate guys in, they will rotate guys out because they will still have a pretty big lead.
Right.
So they will use that as a way.
I don't know about that, but
no, yeah, I know because you are openly rooting for them to blow this lead.
I'm close to it, man. I have such resentment. It's getting tougher and tougher to separate the front office from the team. It's getting more and more difficult. I'm not going to lie to you. My passion for this team will never go away.
Well, clearly it is if you want them to blow a 10-game lead in the American League.
I don't want them to blow a fucking lead.
No, you just you did. Let's
come on,
peel back the curtain.
No, you know what it is?
It's like
I'm a resentful little prick. Like I'm just sitting there, and every time, instead of screaming at the TV and wanting to rip the hair out of my head, I just clap it in like a condescending way with an awful smile and laugh, and I say, "Good job." Great fucking at bat, guys. Good job. That's what I do. So if you want to call that openly, like every time they take a 6-3 lead and then the next inning they give it right back, I go, great inning, guys. Seriously. Okay.
You're one of these guys that we used to fight with on Twitter. Okay. That you said, I want them to lose. Okay.
No.
Like we were saying last year. Everybody wanted them to lose a wild card game.
No, that's idiotic.
Because it meant that Boone wasn't going to come back, and Boone still came back.
See, for me,
and I know what you're going to say. I hope they blow this lead so that Brian Cashman doesn't come back, and he's going to get a 5-year deal anyway.
No. See, this is where I'm more realistic. I just hope if I were to root against them at this point, it would be out of pure hatred, just so that Brian Cashman was never happy in his life ever again. I wouldn't be dumb enough to think they're going to look for another GM. Why would they do something so smart? They're the fucking Yankees. They're the after fucking George Yankees. And they're boring, and we got a little taste of something beautiful. Magical start, and all we needed was a few fucking pieces. The best of the best. Castillo needed to be on this fucking team, and if you weren't gonna get him, Montas, great pickup, but then you don't just go fucking trade a guy who's been taking the ball every 5 days and going out there and being one of the most consistent players, especially when your ace is a piece of fucking dog shit. You don't do that. If anything, I feel worse about this team right now.
Okay.
Doctor, go vouch yourself.
You can't do that anymore. Okay.
Is that illegal? Okay.
It's illegal. You didn't know that?
Do I have to wear a mask?
Yeah, you do. He actually said that recently.
I was in Florida for a week, so I didn't know when I came back.
That's a thing again. He's at 14 minutes and 59 seconds of his 15 minutes of fame, and he's holding on to every last
fucking millisecond.
Every last second of it. So speaking of people that wear masks, that would be the catcher, and Jose Trevino is in the lineup tonight. So as you're watching live, we're going to lead you up into the game at 10 o'clock. We might sign off a little bit early, but we're leading you into the game tonight. If you're going to listen on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or whatever Wednesday morning, then you might feel a little lost. But thankful. We always say smart or Yankees, right?
Right.
It's a very common thing that we say in this show.
Smart or Yankees.
And they were Yankees for a couple of weeks there. Okay.
Yeah.
When for whatever reason they thought that pairing Higashioka back with Cole was a good idea.
Right.
Okay, so now Trevino's in the lineup tonight. He's catching Gerrit Cole.
Right. Big.
So it's fine. See, this is what the problem, though, is with the Yankees. They're so analytically driven. They're so into the numbers, but nobody saw that Cole's ERA is 2.2 or something like that. And it's fucking 6 with Higashioka. Nobody sees this.
No,
you can't adjust your lineup. Like, I know Cole pitched a day game last week, right? So Trevino's not going to go day game after night game.
Understood.
But you can't catch Higashioka in the middle game there? Was there a law written that said that Higashioka couldn't catch the middle game in the series, that Trevino had to play back-to-back days? This is what annoys me about them. They're so number-driven, but the simplest numbers they seem to ignore. Oh, there was 2 weeks ago, whenever it was, the first time that we seen Josh Donaldson show signs of life.
Then what, they sat him?
No, he actually played the next day. I was floored when I saw that. Yankee way is usually you start to show signs of life, you go on the bench.
Yeah, you go on the fucking bench. They don't believe
Joey
in it.
Gallo, I mean, he had a home run in the game. Right? Finally, Joey Gallo showing that he's not a block of wood up there. Oh, bench.
I read you gotta, I mean, it doesn't matter. Who gives a fuck about Joey Gallo, right? But if you're going to get emotional about the shit he said or you got to read it all in context, right? So I read the whole article that came out. I mean, I don't agree with a lot of what he said. I honestly, I hate players who have excuses in any way. And I don't think he was necessarily making them, but there was one part of it. And I actually sat there and I was like, you know what? I don't think this is the reason why Joey Gallo was as bad as he was, because that just takes it's almost impossible to be as bad as he was. But he said it's difficult to get hot in this lineup because you're not getting consistent playing time. Now, Joey Gallo is a guy who played way more games than he should have. And he still felt he couldn't get a rhythm going. So again, we talk about philosophy on this team. I mean, they still don't believe that.
Yeah, but I don't think Joey
hot.
Gallo has a pot to piss in. He has way too many opportunities.
That had no bearing on his success here. I'm just saying in general, that is something I'm sure that's talked about throughout the clubhouse, man. Like, I just fucking went 2 for 3 finally. It was in an awful rut, went 2 for 3 with a home run and 3 RBIs last night. I want to go out there the next day and keep that going. You better not fucking bench me. I mean, these players got to start speaking up too, maybe a little. Like, you better not fucking bench. How about before the season, it's, hey, I'm not doing this fucking scheduled off days bullshit. Like, the whole scheduled off days is so I don't blame players anymore for not wanting to put the pinstripes on as much as they used to in the past.
Too bad, bench. What do you think? Other teams don't do this?
I'm sure they do, but honestly, I can't imagine it's to this extent.
You can't imagine it because you don't know for sure. But nobody plays 150, 155 games anymore. Why? Because everybody gets rested.
Okay.
Maybe teams are a little bit more flexible in how they do things. Like, if a guy comes off of a 4 for 5, he's not going to sit the next day. But
never know. Never know.
So Trevino's in the lineup tonight. I mean,
good.
I guess somebody finally decided that this is my problem. This is what I was ranting about last week, is that Kyle Higashioka is a minor league baseball player masquerading, I should say, as a major leaguer.
Correct. He might be a minor league fucking bullpen catcher at this point.
I don't know.
I don't know.
Mean, he's
pretty worthless.
He hit 7 home runs in spring training, so I'm sure that he would be pretty solid as a catcher in a AAA team there.
True.
So we got unfortunate news is that Matt Carpenter broke his foot last night. He fouled the ball off his left foot, so he's got a fracture there. He's not writing a season off, but it seems like it's going to be pretty tough for him to get back this year. So the magical run for Matt Carpenter ends, and it doesn't end in a good way. Like, he played it out till he just wasn't good anymore. It's unfortunate it had to end with an injury. And now Miguel Andujar is up. He's going to take his place. He's actually DHing tonight. So, yeah.
Someone in the chat before asked if we thought, and I read the comment and I've just been waiting to mention it. If we thought if Andujar performs, if he'll stay up here. You want to answer that?
No.
And why is your answer no?
No, it's not that no, I'm not going to answer it. No, because
No.
It depends on when Stan gets back. If Stan's injury is going to
last. No. Everyone's healthy again, but Andujar performed out of his mind. Is he staying up here?
Andujar could go 30 for 30 with 30 extra base hits. He's getting sent down as soon as Stan's
because
back.
Smarter Yankees.
See, the Yankees played a numbers game, so Andujar.
It's not a numbers game, dude. It's not a numbers game. If he goes 30 for 30, right, and Aaron Hicks goes 0 for 30, okay, and everyone gets healthy, and they have a spot for one of them. Andujar's going bye.
Because it's a numbers game.
It's a money game, is what you mean. Numbers as in money.
Numbers as in
what's going to make us look less bad fiscally.
He can go down versus nobody else can go down.
Money wise. Right? Because you can at the same time tell Aaron Hicks to go fuck himself. No? Can they not do that? Is that not? Can you not be fired? Are they tenured? Can they not fire them? Can they not kick him off the team?
No, you know what?
Does Aaron Hicks really deserve and I'm talking Andujar plays out of his mind again. Okay. Does he really, and Hicks stays being a piece of shit? Can you really justify keeping Aaron Hicks over him?
You couldn't justify keeping Aaron Hicks on this team in April.
Correct. So there you go. And that's the team we're dealing with, folks. And again, everyone wants to go back and defend Brian Cashman. Just know one thing. Okay? If you defend Brian Cashman, you're defending the guy who still can't sign the greatest baseball player on the planet and who's supposed to be the face of your franchise.
No, how do you know that's his fault?
It is.
I'm not ready to. I'm putting some blame at his feet. I'm not giving all the blame to Brian Cashman. Well, you know what? Brian Cashman can't sign checks. Okay. So.
Well, fine. You could put two of them together then. Put Hal and Cashman could be the same person for all I care.
So he doesn't get the full blame. He gets some of the blame for being a little fucking snake weasel.
He is a snake fucking weasel.
That had to have that press conference.
I know his niece. I went to college with his niece.
Get her on the show.
I'll fucking get her on. I'll talk shit about her uncle right to her face.
Right to her fucking face, bro.
Right to her fucking face, I will.
I think you should do that. I think
I'll work on it.
I think for episode 300, that should be our big guest.
That's actually a great. Well, can we set it up where, you know how like the left libbies in the media like to trap people? Can we set it up like we want to like talk about what it was like to be
like almost like a To Catch the Predator type situation?
Yeah. Can we set it up like, we love your uncle and he's an idol to us and whatever. And we want to ask why
is your uncle such a fucking douchebag?
Piece of shit. Your uncle's a piece of shit. And I'll try and do it. Maybe there's a setting in Zoom where she can't leave. Like she can't leave the meeting.
Why does your uncle refuse to trade all his top prospects? Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Why don't we have Luis Castillo?
Why did your uncle feel necessary right before opening day to make Aaron Judge look like a piece of shit?
Yeah. Why does your uncle feel the need that? Why is your uncle? Just why?
Get it out.
Why? Why does your uncle feel the need? Why does your uncle feel the need?
I'm down for this, bro. I'll set it up. I'll tell you what. How many likes are we at? If we get this show to 300 likes, if people share the shit out of it right now, I will make this happen. You have my word.
NYYNewsTV is about, I think Pete said this afternoon, was 69 subscribers away from 10,000. If we cross 10K before the end of the show. So call your friends, get people to subscribe. Chris is going to get Brian Cashman's niece on the show, and we're going to rip Brian Cashman to shreds. Is this a blood niece, or is this like he married somebody?
No, her name is First name starts with an R. I'm not gonna fucking dox her here. Last name, Cashman.
R. Cashman.
First niece. She's a first niece. She's a real niece.
You already doxed her.
I went to college with her.
All right, so people know where you went to college, okay? And you just said R. Cashman, and they could figure out how old you are because you were born in 1989, okay?
Okay,
so
no, I wasn't. So there you go.
When you were in college, okay?
Okay.
When were you born then?
88, dog.
You weren't.
I'll be 34 this year. Yeah, man.
I thought you were younger than my wife.
Everyone's going Robin Cashman. Nah, man. You're on the right track, though, with Robin. Because Robin can be a male and female name. That's your clue.
Somebody should have been Robin.
That's
the problem. Well, that's the problem. Brian Cashman doesn't want to feel like he's robbed. And that's why.
It's exactly the problem.
It's not like, but this is the thing. I don't want to make it seem like he doesn't trade anybody because they did give up a good haul to get Montas here. Problem is that he didn't go to where he needed to go.
Are you talking about Castillo?
Yes, obvious. That's the guy. That's the guy right there. And he's pitching again. This is the third time the Yankees are going to see him this year because he's pitching again tonight against them.
Yeah, isn't it crazy? 3 times in the last month. People are still trying to guess her name, by the way.
How when he was at Yankee Stadium as a Red, how after that game Brian Cashman didn't say, fuck, I need to get this guy.
Hey man, that was like his fucking audition.
And we talked about this. Tell me that Anthony Volpe is your untouchable, right? Tell me that. Come out and say that. And I said this last week when I was with Pete. I said there are certain guys that would absolutely trade him for, but it's almost like now I don't want to trade him because you have to. I have to see him now. I have to see this. Like, look at all the shit that we haven't done because of him. Like, I have to see this now.
I know.
All right, so tell me Anthony Volpe is your untouchable. I understand what Seattle gave up for him, but you mean to tell me you couldn't go more quantity and get him here?
He definitely could have, dude.
What is everybody's obsession with Jason Dominguez? Because he hit a ball 120 miles off an hour off a fucking tee once? Honestly, they don't call him an alien because he's an out of this world talent. Did you ever look at him? He looks like a goddamn alien. He literally looks like a fucking Martian. And people were saying, when there was talks of the Yankees inquiring about Soto, I wouldn't trade Dominguez for Soto. Well, why wouldn't you do that? Do you understand that Juan Soto was a phenomenal talent in the major leagues at 19? This kid's still a fucking A ball. This is what I don't understand. What are we doing here? If these guys are so great, so untouchable, why are they still in the lower levels of the minor leagues right now?
And all right, so here's what I feel has been an easier argument to get through to people who are still talking about prospects, because it's crazy to me. People don't have enough of an imagination to do like everyday little things that you need an imagination for. But when it comes to fucking
like yanking,
like if you yank, they can't do it. But then when it comes to these prospects, they have the best imagination in the world. All these prospects are the greatest fucking baseball players to ever live. Right? Guys haven't even taken one fucking at bat. But here's the better argument. The more efficient argument has been, the more effective one has been not to say anything about what they're going to be when they come up, but to say, what type of team do you envision around them? Is Aaron Judge going to be here? Are we sure? Who's our catcher in 5 years? Who's our
Who's your catcher next year?
Who's our first baseman in a few years?
Who's your first baseman next year?
What about second? Sure. Are all these guys like young and going to be here for 10 years? How's Cole going to pitch in 6 years? How's Cole going to be when Volpe's ready? What team are we building around these prospects that they're so goddamn valuable that we can't trade him for the greatest baseball players, in my opinion, right now, second greatest baseball player, possibly best baseball player overall in Soto right now, most valuable player, I'll say, to have on your team for a prospect who, even if he's the greatest player in the world, you cannot even secure Aaron Judge. And you trust that there's going to be a major World Series team around these guys? You know what you're going to be doing in a few years? You're going to be saying, oh, we couldn't get him because we needed to save this guy. Or, oh, we couldn't get him because we need to pay off Volpe in 6 years. Want to know how I know that? Because we just fucking went through all this. In the rebuild years, bro, how many times did we pass on the biggest fucking names because we were told we had to spend money on something else? How many times?
Yeah, but Patrick Corbin's terrible, so that was a good...
Yeah, of course, yeah. Okay, this is the one case, I think, where you can say hindsight 2020 is in favor of Brian Cashman. Or how? But how many fucking times? How many big names could have been on the Yankees?
Oh, Bryce Harper's the guy.
It wasn't just one. See, here's the problem. It wasn't just like the Yankees weren't the Yankees for one round of big names. I mean, it's been almost every fucking year. And to pass on this year and not get like a fucking Correa or one of those shortstops, and now you're trying to sell me on Montas, or you don't want to get Castillo because of a fucking prospect. I don't care how good they are, man. I don't trust that this organization will even make anything of it. Honestly. And you can't fucking sit here and tell me I'm wrong. I'm a diehard Yankee fan. I want nothing more than to be wrong. I hope I am.
Liar.
No, I really fucking do, man. Honestly.
You're like, oh, I want them to fail. So I could tweet about it.
I'm angry, man. I'm a fucking angry fan.
I could tweet about it.
I'm an angry fan right now. If you're, look, I'll end the whole fucking rant with this, because I have plenty other shit I want to get to too, and I'm sure you want to talk about. If you defend Brian Cashman, just remind yourself you're defending the guy who still can't even fucking sign, the face of your franchise and the greatest baseball player on the planet right now. That's who you're defending. I don't trust them.
I don't really want us to talk much today. I want you to just get it all out.
All right. Well, I have another topic I want to get to, obviously.
Okay, what is it? Let me see if I approve it.
Okay. Gerrit Cole. You want to talk about Gerrit Cole?
I already talked about him.
Mohammed, just so you know, what's Christian looking at? He's looking at anything but me because he doesn't care about what I say. That's what he's looking at.
I'm looking at information that is important to the show. Okay.
So what do you want to talk about? Gerrit Cole or what?
Mohammed is the most fucking commonly used name in the world. Read a fucking book, okay?
Yeah, I knew that.
Okay. You don't know where you don't know.
What's that from? A movie?
Super bad.
Is it?
Remember when he gets the fake ID and he goes, it was either McLovin or Mohammed. Why the fuck would you choose Mohammed?
It's good. Oh, it's so funny.
Oh,
all right.
Let's save Gerrit Cole for the end because he's starting tonight. So let's leave that fresh in everybody's mind before he takes the mound tonight. So last night was a very weird night in the sense that the game started at 10:15. I had fallen asleep before the game started, and I would, you take one of those, you fall asleep and you just wake up and you don't kind of really know where the fuck you are. And
yeah,
it was one of those things.
Those are good ones.
No, I ate half a jar of peanut butter when I woke up, so it wasn't really fun.
Did you take ketamine? Did you take fucking Special K?
So then I came upstairs. I watched the first inning and a half, and then the next thing I know was the fifth inning, and then I watched a little bit there, and then the next thing, that's when you texted me whenever I
texted you around like 11:30, I think.
I was partially awake when Tyone walked the run in.
That was fun.
And then I want to say that I saw Judge hit the home run, but then I don't remember them winning the game. So it was very weird. It was a very weird evening. But I did check the box score, and I noticed that now Aroldis Chapman has another scoreless inning under his belt.
Yeah, he's coming back, baby.
Scoreless inning under his belt. While now Clay Holmes' ERA is over 2, as he gave up another run last night.
Yeah, he's really him shitting the bed has been really difficult to watch.
So, as much as we hate this, should the Yankees make the move now?
Hey, I said this. I said that when Chapman came back, he couldn't just be the closer by default. Clay Holmes not only took over the role, he was one of the best closers in the game while holding that role. But I said the only time he could, and you even went as far as to say even then he probably shouldn't even get an opportunity, which I agreed. But only if Clay Holmes started to fall off and Chapman got his shit together could we even consider it. And I give the Yankees credit here. They did the right thing for once, in my opinion. And I give it one more time. I'll give it one more good outing from Chapman. And if it's not a dominant outing by Holmes, like even if you're still questioning it a little bit, I might start considering giving Chapman those ninth innings back.
I think
Here
it's
and there.
Yeah. Well, the problem is that you'd be okay with it, I guess, for the rest of the season. But I mean, does anybody want him to close games in October?
No, you're right. I didn't even think of that. No, I said I cannot lose another fucking playoff series with Chapman on the mound.
But that's what the problem is now. If Holmes is regressing like this, you can't give him the ball either.
Who are you going to give it to, man? I know J-Lo's been a little better. Has he stayed better? No,
you can't. No, you cannot. You can't he can't close.
No, I'm just asking. I'm just asking in general.
No, he can't close.
How's he been? He's
not.
been all right now.
He's been sketchy.
I've been out of it. I haven't been able to watch as closely.
I don't trust him anymore. Jonathan Loizaga. That's
J-Lo.
your boy. He doesn't deserve a nickname, bro. He's been.
When's Britton coming back? Is he still alive or no?
Yeah, no, he's coming back.
Yeah.
But anybody that's excited, okay. Do you want to know? Do you want to know what Jonathan Loizaga's ERA is right now?
6.57.
I wish it was 6.57.
Come on, what is it?
I have to go to church now after seeing this.
666?
Yeah, I need to spread holy water in here.
Is it 6.66?
Yes, it is.
I was close, dude. 6.57 is a great fucking guess. Good for me. Great guess.
It's pretty bad.
How you liking Efros?
Well, he gave a big home run on Sunday.
Yeah, pretty big one.
It's F. Ross.
Nah, we'll call him Efros.
No, it's F. Ross.
I don't care.
When it fucks up, then it's F.
Oh, F. Ross. Gotcha. How do you like? Who's the other one?
Lou Trevino.
Yeah, I like him.
Okay, he's Italian.
He's Italian. Yeah.
You got to replace.
How
Italian.
you doing?
You know, and that's I don't know. I don't know where the Yankees could come up with the roster spot, because I'm guessing Loizaga doesn't have options, because why would you send down Marinaccio?
Yeah, I mean, come on, dude. Come on, man.
I know a lot of people were saying you can get rid of Abreu, but he doesn't have options, and he's actually been pretty good.
Abreu's been pretty good. I mean, his control. He's got really good stuff, but these guys that struggle with control.
If anybody's
scare
in the
me.
chat, I don't know how to look this stuff up, nor do I really want to right now. Can somebody just find out if Loizaga does have options left? Because if he does, and he's still up here, and they send Marinaccio down, that's just another reason why this team is just.
I don't think he does, but he might.
Because it's obvious he needs to go and work on something, and B, he doesn't deserve a roster spot over Ron Marinaccio. What's the guy allowed one run over like his last 25 outings?
He's been really good since he made his debut. I know he hasn't been perfect, but When Marinaccio made his debut,
No, he's pretty much been perfect.
no, he had a little stretch where he wasn't great.
In his last like 25 games,
yes,
Chris,
that's what I'm saying. In the beginning, after didn't he get a start, or did he come in after Sevy's first start?
He might
That's
have
what it was.
piggybacked somebody, but
yeah, he piggybacked Sevy. I can guarantee you that.
No, I can guarantee that.
I guarantee you, he piggybacked Sevy in his first start.
And what a bitch Severino is.
Yeah, honestly, bro. Another one. Can't stay fucking healthy, man. Why is he a bitch? Did he have something?
I guess you missed this. When the Yankees made all these trades, they needed room on the 40-man, so they transferred him to the 60-day IL to free up a 40-man spot, and he threw a little hissy fit about it.
For what? You're hurt, bro.
Well,
you're the one who's hurt.
He thought he wasn't hurt.
You're the one who's hurt. Okay.
He's another one, and I didn't realize that the Yankees he not guaranteed to come back next year. The Yankees hold an option on him, so he could be bye.
Yeah, it's 9:15. How much time do we need for Cole? Do you think?
30 seconds.
Yeah, I have so much I need to get off my chest.
Too bad. We already talked about it. So,
he's been shit since you last talked about him. So.
No,
wasn't he? No,
we recorded on Wednesday, and he sucked on Wednesday. So,
okay.
No, we recorded on Thursday. I don't remember. Whenever we did, we did.
He recorded Wednesday.
Yeah, so we recorded after his last start.
Okay. Fine. Give me 30 seconds. I'll fucking annihilate him and you and anyone else who wants to defend him too.
If you come at me, I swear to Christ, I'll be at your house on Saturday and I'll fucking cut your throat open if you say anything about me.
That was good, man. That was genuine. Genuine hate. Genuine hate.
That should be the name of your band. Genuine
That's
hate.
A good one. Genuine hate. That is a good one.
What else? There was something else we needed to talk about. Let me look it up here. I think Okay, so you mentioned Andrew Benintendi earlier in the show.
Yeah.
You mentioned it.
Yes, that's another thing I wanted to talk about too.
It
was about your tweet, but keep going.
He's batting third tonight.
That was what I was going to bring up.
So close yet so far away.
Yeah. Because third just doesn't make sense.
I don't understand when they put these lineups together where they factor in a guy who doesn't hit for a lot of power but gets on base a lot
to go behind Judge.
To make sense batting sixth in this fucking lineup. Where you're setting the table for Aaron Hicks. Yeah.
I think two things contributed to that. One was his obviously slow start.
Yeah, but they did it right away, bro.
Yeah, but they waited a couple games. They waited a few games. Oh, no, you're right. Because his first game, of course, they couldn't put out their best lineup. Why would they put out their best lineup after acquiring a new guy for it? And they benched DJ. And so that's the only reason why he let off. You're right. And I saw your tweet and I thought to myself, he's 100% right. He does not. I don't care what type of lineup you have, how good your lineup is. Benintendi is not a 6 or 7 guy in the lineup.
Benintendi led off in his debut. They sat LeMahieu in that game.
Right. That's what I said. Okay.
And I don't know why it jumps like that after you. I don't like this. I'm going to write a letter.
Because the algorithm just assumes that player didn't play again for another 4 days.
And then in the second game, he batted sixth.
Sixth, yeah. So I was right then. He only led off that game. I was like, wow, the Yankees are doing this right here. They got him lead off, and then I realized DJ wasn't in the lineup. Where do you bat him? See, I like DJ batting lead off. So if that's the case, where do you bat him?
Second.
Yeah. You
Why not?
Haven't fallen in love with Judge in the 2-hole?
I mean, why would you not put more guys on in front of him?
Yeah, you're right. I agree with you. I don't mind him batting ninth.
I think he'd have 115 RBIs at least right now if he was batting third. And he
I
had
don't mind
guys
him
like,
batting ninth. To be honest,
you're not going to bat him ninth. You have to have him up in the first inning, you idiot.
I think DJ and him are
Are you
both
talking about
that
Judge or
good.
Benintendi?
Benintendi, you dick.
No, because you batting Judge ninth is something you would do.
No, it's never anything I would do.
No, I think Benintendi was he was in the lineup ninth, and then they scratched Rizzo, and then they moved him. So they were planning on doing it one game.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
It's another one, Rizzo, man. Killing me. Guys, dude's having a fucking great year.
All right, so get Luke Voigt back.
He's pissed. He's so angry.
Well,
he hates his life.
Well, he really got fucked on that.
He did. He did.
For anybody that doesn't know the story, Hosmer was supposed to be in the trade with Soto for going back to Washington, and since he got a no trade, he said fuck that, and Washington still wanted an everyday major leaguer to come over in the deal, so they ended up getting Luke Voigt, and apparently Luke Voigt is very upset about that, which I can't blame him because who would want to go from a team contending for a postseason spot to a team that's won 30 games. Then on top of that, who would want to go from living in fucking San Diego to living in Washington, D.C.?
No, it's a contending team to a contending team to a piece of shit. Because really, he wanted to be Yankee. He was so upset when he got.
Well, too bad. Too bad for that.
Yeah. And DC, not a good fit for him. Not a good fit for him.
I honestly couldn't care less about Luke Voigt. I hope he rocks.
Me too.
Scumbag.
Fucking, I liked him. I'm glad he's not here anymore.
Yeah, but it was just one of those things, bro. It's like the Yankees had to move on from him. Just like I'm not even mad that they traded Gio Urshela. I'm just mad they traded Gio Urshela for fucking Josh Donaldson.
Yeah, but come on, dude. Donaldson's showing why he could be valuable here.
Yeah, what? Twice in the last 3 weeks, he had a couple of good games here.
Well, look, man. He got hurt when he was hot the first time, and then they just every other day he's not playing. Keep this fucking guy in the lineup, man.
No, he's not. He plays almost every day. Might not be out at third base every day, but he's in the lineup.
Keep him at third base. He's a great. One thing I'll say about Donaldson, I didn't realize how good of a defensive third baseman he was.
Well, we talked about that when we gave out the grades the last time we were together. That's the only reason why I didn't fail him, because he's played that good of a third base.
He's been phenomenal over there.
You know, we talked about this last week. This trade has not worked out for the Yankees. And if you want to, I know a lot of people think that Donaldson's going to be this wild card, this X factor in the postseason where he just comes up with clutch hits, and he could be. I'm not going to say 100% and he won't be, but for 98% of the season, he looks like a guy that's done. He looks washed up.
Yeah, sometimes though with these guys that have like that edge to them, sometimes they're the guys who are just like, fuck this, no moment's too big for me.
You know, and
they're the ones who come in and become the heroes.
And not for nothing, IKF, I can't, for the life of me, I don't want to watch him play shortstop anymore because I'm just so nervous that he's going to do something in the postseason that's going to cost him a game. You know,
a lot of people are finally calling Cashman's bluff because there is no like, you want to talk about another piece of evidence in my defense here that Cashman is an incompetent piece of garbage. Where's Peraza? Where is he?
Well, that's what I was going to bring up here, is that I think everybody realizes that this team, they look like they had a spark yesterday, but I mean, for the past 2 weeks, it looks like that even with the additions they made, that they needed something. They needed a little bit of a spark here. So where do you go? You go and you inject this team with a little bit of youth. And Peraza, you know, he started off slowly, but I think he's in AAA. He's earned the right to come up now. And it's not like you're booting somebody off this team that has played really well. And, he hit 270. It's the most empty 270 you'll ever see in your entire life. But I've never
had some clutch hits. You got to give him that.
But I've never seen a guy hit with less power at the major league level. There are pitchers that have way more power than he does.
Someone's saying Tyler in the chat saying Peraza's injured now.
He got hit by a pitch, but I don't know if that's kept him out.
I mean, if it did, I don't want him. Trade him. You get hit by a pitch, unless you got hit in the fucking mouth.
But you know, it's funny how the Yankees have their company boys spinning their narratives here when fucking Brendan Cunty of NJ Media writes an article on Monday about he writes analysis why the Yankees shouldn't call up Peraza, and in it he literally says, and the Yankees are not calling up Peraza, so get over it. No, fuck you, get over it. You know, this is what people like you redheaded fuck don't understand, is that we were sold a bill of goods on IKF, that he was going to make all the plays. He was going to be a vacuum out there. We wouldn't have to worry about anything. I mean, has he been better than Gleyber Torres? Yeah, he's been better than Gleyber Torres, but has he made you forget about Gleyber Torres or made you I shouldn't say that. Has he made you forget about any of those shortstops the Yankees could have signed based on his defense? No, he's been, look, here's all you need to know, right? He doesn't pass the analytics test because he's got a negative outs above average, okay, which means that he makes less plays than the average shortstop does, okay? He's not good in the analytical sense, nor is he good in the eye test, because if you watch him, does he look like he's a good shortstop?
He's got very good range, but that arm is not a shortstop arm. You can't be a shortstop.
He doesn't make routine plays easy.
Bro, let me ask you a question. Do you find yourself holding your breath just as much as you did, or at least almost just as much as you did with Gleyber Torres there last year?
Yeah, pretty much.
Pretty much.
And then Sweeney Murdy earlier today, somebody asked him on Twitter when Peraza's coming up, and he tweets, "The Yankees are not in need of a middle infielder." Well, I don't know what fucking team. I don't know what team
Who put
you're
that?
watching.
Who put that?
Sweeney did. Sweeney
Fuck
Murdy.
Sweeney, man.
I don't know.
Thanks for doing the show, Sweeney.
No, but
you're fucking lost.
He was a prick about it. Okay.
He was kind of a fucking prick on this show.
But
if you didn't know, we used to get good guests on this show before we're too offensive now.
Okay, Brian Wolk. Okay.
We hurt people's feelings.
Anyway, I don't know what team these guys are watching. Sweeney, don't you watch every game? Isn't that your job? Yankees don't need middle infield help. How are you going to sit there with a straight face and try to convince the fan base that the Yankees shouldn't try Peraza for 3 weeks?
Cashman and Hal hired a bunch of cucks around the whole fucking industry. And they just go out there and they fucking apologize for them and support them.
When I was seething when I read that fucking article by fucking Cunty. I mean, like, you got to be fucking kidding me. And there's no analysis.
Get over it.
Like, there was no analysis in it. It was just him being a fucking.
It was an editorial piece.
It was him being Brendan Cunty. You know,
get over it.
Get over it.
Good journalism.
Yeah, great, bro.
You jerk off.
Yeah, great. So the Yankees, they won yesterday. Okay. I don't know what we're gonna get out of them tonight. I don't know what we're gonna get out of them tomorrow. Are you concerned to the point that they won't win this division? No, you took too long to answer. I don't want to hear it.
I was just saying hi to Hirsch in the chat. I'm a little. I don't know how irrational it is. I want to be. I feel more optimistic than I thought I would after last night's win. I thought it was a nice comeback win, new series, kind of put the last few weeks behind us. Come out. I thought they came out looking strong. So I don't know. Before last night, I can tell you with certainty I was concerned. I was looking at the standings saying they might fucking blow this, dude. If they do, let's just talk if for a second. Mm-hmm. If they blow this.
Because you want them to, that's why you want to talk like this. Uh-huh.
No, of course I fucking don't want them to. Of course I don't. But if they do, and nothing happens, you
Say
just
when.
still
When
still
they
come out
do.
and root for this team, right?
Say when they do because you want them to.
Okay, when they do, are you happy? Can you answer my question now?
What?
What do? You just come out here and say, "But Cashman, I love this team." I feel like you know what? You know how they make me feel like a sucker. That's how I feel right now. I don't like feeling like a sucker. I know their game plan here. I know what's going on. I know how they operate.
Okay,
and it's not World Series worthy.
All right, so I guess what we'll have to do then is just start watching Pirates games, and we'll rebrand next year.
I'll tell you what, man. You know what organization I'll be rooting for? My wife predicted the World Series. Well, not predicted it. She said, imagine if it's this. And I said, yeah, I can, and it would be a great World Series, and I'd root for the fucking Mets like I was a Met fan.
You're a cuck.
If the Mets played the Astros in the World Series.
I would not watch one pitch of that World Series.
I would fucking go out and get a Mets jersey. I would.
I have no respect for you.
I don't care. I wouldn't buy it. I would ask my friend for one.
I would literally have no. I wouldn't even allow you. I would not allow you within a mile of my child if I saw you do that.
Perfect. Perfect.
And then when she gets older, I'm going to explain to her what a scumbag you are.
And hopefully she's a Red Sox fan by then.
Oh well.
That
won't happen. Okay. See what I mean about wishing bad things upon people? You want the Yankees to blow this lead. You want my kid to root for the Red Sox.
I'm a very cynical mindset right now, and it's not good. And I'm trying to get out of it. Okay.
Do you think Aaron Judge breaks the record?
I do. I really do.
You think he's hitting 74?
No. I really think he breaks 61 though. I really do.
Is that the real record in your mind?
Yeah, who else would it be? Babe Ruth? Fuck that fat piece of shit.
Bonds, you idiot.
Oh no. Bonds is the record, dude. I meant the Yankee record.
Which isn't even Ruth.
I know it's Maris, you jerk off. I thought you were, asking me a bullshit question because people don't consider Maris, the Yankee leader. He got more games. That was the whole asterisk. I got to say though, dude, I knew how good Bonds was, like regardless of steroids, or whatever. Have you ever looked at his numbers?
Yeah, they're out of this world.
Barry Bonds, easily the greatest baseball player to ever live. There's no way you can show me.
You don't think Babe Ruth actually existed, is what you're saying.
I don't believe in him. I don't.
It's not like
no,
fucking
bro.
Santa
Babe,
Claus, bro.
but no. Bonds played in modern era and put up numbers
Go ahead.
that a machine. I don't care how many fucking steroids he was taking.
Against plumbers and electricians.
Well,
they didn't have electricity when Babe Ruth played, so he couldn't play against electricians.
Okay? Dude, I don't care if Barry Bonds shot up with the entire world supply of steroids. Steroids do not make you that good of a baseball player. That's why I consider him the home run king. That's why he's the king of everything. The Hall of Fame. But are you into the chase? Are you into Judge going for 62? Is that something for sure. I think that any record that has lasted that long, especially when it comes to home runs, because really outside of the steroid era, we haven't seen many people come close.
I believe it's still the American League record. I don't think anybody's past 61 in the American League because McGuire and Sosa
were both
National Leaguers.
National League. Well, you really think about it outside of the steroid era, maybe you can contribute how many home runs these guys hit in a season to the steroids and staying healthy and blah, blah, blah. But outside of that era, no one's even really come that close. I mean, Judge came really close in 2017. He had 52? So, yeah, I think it's really cool. I'm definitely down for that.
I'm rooting for it.
And I really think if you watch every away game, every fan of the away team is into it too.
I'm rooting for it because then they can unretire Maris's number and we can give it back out.
Oh my God.
You know what? If I bought the Yankees, the first thing I would do is clean up Monument Park. I would get some. I would get some guys out of there.
Who's the first guy you get out of there?
Reggie Jackson out.
Yeah, out. What? Because you hit 4 fucking home runs? You're a dick. You're a dickhead.
I think he doesn't deserve it because he only played here 5 years.
Yeah, exactly.
I'd give his number up. Okay. Phil Rizzuto, sorry, unretired.
What's the double? Yogi and Bill Dickey?
Bill Dickey.
You know what? One.
I would
flip a coin.
Flip a coin. Flip a coin.
Maybe give it to Yogi.
I know Lindsay Barrow would come down for it. She could pick heads or tails. If she gets it right, Yogi stays. If not, Bill Dickey.
Right. 2 of them is ridiculous.
Or maybe what we could do is if somebody can test it, then we can have that person. We'll just give them 44. They could be 44 in Monument Park.
Right. Deal.
Since we're unretiring Maris's number, they could just move up one.
They can move up one. Boom.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Ron Guidry, get him out of there.
Yeah. I love Guidry though. Another guy who did an interview for us.
We tried, didn't we?
No, we got him on when we were doing the Get to Know in the beginning of COVID, remember?
No, that was something else we were doing.
No.
We didn't do that with Ron Guidry. We did something else with him, I believe.
Oh.
We did another different series of written interviews, which are now all lost. So
yeah.
Okay. Did anybody in the chat come up with how many options Loizaga
I don't
has?
know. I don't know if anyone did, honestly, to be honest with you.
What great viewers we have here.
I think they did. They probably did.
I'm kidding. You guys
They
are
probably
awesome. We thank you for being in the chat here. Before we get to Cole, let's get to Montas real quick.
It's 9:34. Just giving you an update.
Okay, so we got about 10 minutes here. 10, 15 minutes. All right. Got plenty of time because you only have 30 seconds.
I don't even have anything else to say.
It's like speed round.
Let's do it. Come on. Frankie Montas.
Yeah, you don't even know what his name is. I don't think it matters. I don't think we need to learn it.
Agreed. Great pickup.
He'll be out of here soon.
Great pickup. Better than Castillo, you think?
No, I never said that.
But the guys we gave up were much better. Much better than giving up top 15 prospects.
Did I ever say that?
No.
Okay.
I'm just talking in general.
I said I would have. I told Pete last week I would have put Volpe in the deal if that's what it meant.
Oh, he's too good for Castillo.
I mean,
he's really helping us.
I mean, look at that. Look at what this rotation looks like if Luis Castillo's in there. See, Frankie Montas. Not that I think that he's going to be bad, but it's just like such a letdown. He's the clear number 2, you know.
Well, you think it's fair to say that if Gerrit Cole was a true number 1 right now, that we know he can be, that we'd have this much pressure on Cashman to get anything more than a number 2? I mean, yes. Montas, if Gerrit Cole, I guess you're right. You still need that.
If Gerrit Cole was having the season we all thought and wanted him to have, where is the dominant starting pitching coming from besides him?
Well, one of your guys is hurt.
Which is?
Sevy.
Which we anticipated happening.
One of your guys you traded away.
Which I don't think he would have factored into the postseason rotation.
Out of spite, you did it.
Yes, definitely out of spite. Maybe out of stupidity.
The Yankees are going to throw out Gerrit Cole, who will get shelled. And then maybe Jameson Taillon, who will probably get shelled. And then Frankie Montas. And he'll probably get shelled.
So why even watch the rest of the season?
Come on, man. I mean, here's the thing. I sounded like Biden there.
Did you fall off your bicycle?
Not a joke.
Chris Sale did.
He did. You had to come out of this trade deadline saying, holy fuck, dude, this team is now ready. You can't come out of this saying, Cashman did a pretty good job. No. Had to come out saying, yo, no one's fucking with the Yankees.
Because they could have. I said this last week. They could have done everything that they did, but get Castillo and not Montas, and you just have a different feeling about this team.
Yes.
They could have. You're not even mad that they traded Montgomery for a guy in a fucking walking boot if they get Luis Castillo.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. And Mr. Smith put 11-2 Taillon. Look, I looked at his numbers. I know he hasn't been consistently great, but he's got a sub-4 ERA, and he's 11-2. The dude has been good, but he's just, to me, he profiles as nothing more than a mid to back end rotation guy. And especially without Monty now, I feel like there's too much pressure on Taillon to be consistent.
Didn't Jacob deGrom win a Cy Young with a fucking losing record? I mean, what does that mean?
Yeah,
now,
but still, he's kept. Look, I think wins mean more than people
because
think.
he had at some point during a year he had the highest run support of any pitcher in the American League.
Yeah, that's fine. So then you cross-check it with an ERA, and when your ERA is 3.95 and you're 11-2, you're having a good season.
He's okay. He's been okay.
He's been okay. He's been better than your fucking ace.
I wouldn't say that.
Oh, come on, give me a fucking break.
I wouldn't say he's been
for what you expect out of Gerrit Cole. He's been way better than him. You have to take into consideration what you expect.
At least Gerrit Cole's not bald. Jameson Taillon is bald.
Gerrit Cole has been the biggest fucking disappointment out of anyone by far. By far. And you are 100% right when you say this team's going nowhere if he doesn't get his shit together.
When have I ever...
Look, dude.
Dude,
I don't care if he ends the season with a 6+ ERA. If he figures it the fuck out before October and can pitch in October, that's all I care about.
When have I ever not spoken truthfully about him, regardless of my feelings about him? When have I not spoken truthfully about him?
Okay, so you're right. When there's something truthful and there's evidence there, you'll say it. But when we're doing speculative talk and Gerrit Cole, you're always optimistic about him.
Who's getting the ball besides him in game one, though?
Right. Well, that's just wishful thinking then. But if you predict based on what you've seen here, do you really feel good about Gerrit Cole? Have you not been disgusted? Dude, if he goes out there tonight and gets shelled, if he gets shelled out there,
what are you going to do? You're going to DFA
honestly,
him?
bro, I don't DFA him, but I don't even consider him that great anymore. Like, you're a piece of shit if you go out there and get shelled tonight.
I hope
you really are.
Runs. I hope he gives up 10 runs tonight.
He might. And you know what?
Why not 15?
Make it 20.
Make it 30.
Fuck it. I don't give a fuck. Put the little infinity sign up there on the scoreboard and just let him fucking...
I hope he gives up 7 home runs in a row.
Let him fucking pitch till his fucking arm falls off. It's fine.
The guy's been a major disappointment. What else are we supposed to say about him?
We got to say we can't accept it. We can't win without him, man. We need him leading the fucking rotation, dude. He's got it. He's got it.
It's in between the years with him.
Bro, I will sit here all day till I'm blue in the face and rip him to fucking shreds about how much of a disappointment he's been. But I will never sit here and idiotically say that he doesn't have the talent to be one of the best pitchers in baseball. I will never say that getting him was a bad decision. Ever.
No, we talked about that last week. Anybody that's saying that you would have never signed him in the first place, you're just an idiot.
You're just an idiot because it was a great move. We all complain about how the Yankees don't get anyone. He was their guy.
Exactly. We said that too. When's the last time since George Steinbrenner passed away? When's the last time the Yankees dropped their pants for anybody?
That was it.
Maybe Masahiro Tanaka. Maybe.
That was it. This will always fall on his shoulders, not the Yankees. It was the move to be made, and I still think it's the move to be made. But it's gotta turn around now. It has to. We can't for the rest of the year. I can't see a shitty Gerrit Cole anymore.
I mean, I can't even say that with a straight face, saying that you won't see a shitty Gerrit Cole for the rest of the year. He just can't be shitty come October. I need 6 or what is it going to be? What do you think he'll take? Max would take the ball 6 times in the postseason.
6 probably.
I just need 6 dominating outings from him in
Yeah,
the postseason.
dude. And look, I just said that. I just said that. I don't care.
I don't care what the fuck you and Amy do in your off time. Okay, just give me 6 dominating outings in October.
I just said that, and that's all that matters. But you always want to go into something with confidence, and at this point, it's not about the stats for the regular season. It's just about knowing that Gerrit Cole has his shit together. That's the only reason why I need to see dominant Cole now.
It doesn't matter, bro. The guy could go out there and pitch 10 no hitters until the end of the season. You're still not going to trust him when game 1 rolls around.
I don't know, man. Rasan Thompson, my boy. Thanks for the super chat. He said, Cole is just as talented as DeGrom, Verlander, and Scherzer, and none of them have the type of inconsistent starts that he has. It's in his own head. I agree with you on everything you said about except for throwing DeGrom in there, because that dude is a fucking, I don't know. He's just from another planet.
They're all the problem with DeGrom is he can't stay on the field nowadays. But I believe they're all mentally tougher than Gerrit Cole, and I hate saying that, but I think if Gerrit Cole he just figures it out mentally, he'll be there.
That's all it is, dude. And that's Rasan's point there is, and we've been saying it for how many weeks? It's all mental. It's mental.
Like we screamed about this last week when he had that atrocious outing against Seattle last week, right? I said to myself, I need to hear this. Like I need to hear what fucking nonsense he's gonna spew out of his mouth, sounding like fucking Kermit the Frog, and telling me why he wasn't good today. I need to hear this because
pitch selection.
Yeah, pitch selection. Call the fucking catcher off.
Yeah.
It's not an excuse when you don't shake him off during the game. The game plan. That's all I hear. The game plan.
Kind of threw him under the bus there, too. It was kind of like, hey, Yankees, it was the fucking pitch selection. Maybe it was your catcher.
Yeah, I mean, I don't like throwing your teammates under the bus, but, Kyle Gashioka is somebody who should be hit by that bus.
Please.
Before we wrap up, I do want to bring this thing up just real quickly about Montas. I know a lot of people were making excuses for him. He hasn't pitched. He just got traded. His mother-in-law died. Okay. Number one, those are all I hear is excuses, right?
It wasn't his actual mother. Rest in peace.
Also, don't the Yankees kind of deserve him to fucking fall flat on his face in his debut after they didn't pay the freight to get the guy they should have got?
Yes, absolutely.
Don't they kind of deserve that?
Yeah.
And I'm not rooting against Montas. I'm not rooting for them but it's almost like they kind of deserve that.
It's like karma. A little karma.
So, I mean, Cole's pitching tonight against Luis Castillo. I would love the Yankees to show some fight here and hit this guy. I mean, because chances are they could see him in the postseason. This could be a postseason matchup here.
Bro, if I look up in the first inning and it's 2-0 Mariners, I'm fucking done, man. I'm done.
I'm not
Gerrit Cole, I will not. I'll be done with thinking Gerrit Cole's an ace.
I'm not watching the game if it's 2-0 in the first inning. I'm going to bed.
Yeah.
I'm not staying up to watch this shit.
Might as well.
I mean,
hey, a true ace. Chris Perez is kind of throwing in some good shit in this chat. But like a good ace comes out there and says, hey, I'm facing the fucking guy that you should have got. Here you go, Cash. I'll make you look good tonight because I'm going to fucking dominate him.
Yeah, how'd that work out for him last week?
Well, tonight's the night to do it. Go toe to toe.
And the last thing I want to hear is that he gives up 4 fucking home runs in the first inning, and then he goes 6 scoreless after that.
Yeah, he was good.
He was really good tonight. It was just that one
actually,
inning.
guys, he was good. If you just erase the first, he was Cy Young worthy.
That's fine. Like normally I'd be getting excited to watch a Gerrit Cole start. I don't even have it in me right now. This guy's got a lot to prove right now. And I don't want to lower the bar for him, but I mean, we got to get at least a quality start out of this guy.
See, here's the thing for me. Even if he gives me back-to-back starts at this point of like shutout 7 innings, I still don't even have faith in him. So he has to be beyond a quality start.
That's what I just fucking said to you 3 minutes ago, that he could pitch 10 no-hitters and you still wouldn't trust him. You're like, oh, give me 2 and I won't still trust him.
Oh my God.
I can't have this game over in the first inning because
we got anyone watching, listening, whatever. Game season's following us, right?
I believe so.
I think Pete and one of the twins.
Okay, the Twins.
So, everyone stay tuned, okay? Don't go anywhere.
Speaking of the Twins, before we wrap this up, did you see Rocco Baldelli lose it the other day?
No.
When Gary Sanchez, they lost the game to Toronto on a challenge. It was in the 10th inning. The left fielder throws a nice one in to Sanchez. Sanchez does everything textbook, called out, goes to review. They ruled that he blocked the play illegally.
Come on.
Yeah.
Oh, I would have fucking lost it.
Yeah. The one time in 8 years, Gary Sanchez does everything perfectly and it gets overturned. Because they show on the replay that he left the lane for the runner, and then which you have to do, but then you were allowed to block the plate if that's where the ball leads you to, which it did. The throw took him up the line a little bit where he had to get in front.
That's crazy.
Umpire calls him out. Toronto challenges, overturn. That was the winning run in the game.
That's bullshit. It's bullshit for us.
Yeah, fucking Gary, man.
Gary, my boy. You miss him?
I
missed him when Kyle Higashioka's in the lineup.
Yeah, I mean, how many more times do I have to watch Kyle Higashioka?
I'd rather Gary as my backup. Fuck it.
Yeah, I know that's another thing. People were like, "Oh, we got Trevino." You don't get credit for that, dude. You traded for a guy that nobody can find. That's why you got Trevino.
Right.
So,
okay.
So tonight, just a few minutes away, we got Gerrit Cole against Luis Castillo, and then they're going to wrap up this series 4:10 on Thursday. Nasty Nesta against another guy the Yankees probably should have got, and Robbie Ray.
Yeah, maybe.
And then it's an off day before 3 in Boston. All 7 o'clock starts, 7:10, 7:15, and 7:08. And Derek Jeter is going to be in the studio with K and A-Rod for the K-Rod cast on Sunday night, if you're interested in that.
No, I love Derek, but I'm still not interested.
Okay. So with all these 7 o'clock starts coming up here, we're going to have to find a day to record because the Yankees aren't off again until the 24th. So, follow us on Twitter at NYYST_podcast, and we'll let you know when we will be recording next. Thank you very much for your continued support of the show and your continued support of the NYY News TV here on YouTube. Let's make sure we get over 10K subscribers by the end of game season live tonight, which is hopefully a Yankee win anchored by a great performance by Gerrit Cole. Again, follow us on Twitter at NYYST_podcast. Chris, say goodbye.
Before it hits the front page,